My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Luxury. Welcome to Palm Beach. There are some shocking things when it comes to living here in Palm Beach, Florida. As an example, did you know there are peacocks in Boynton Beach? Do you know what they were guarding years ago? Well, we're going to cover that. This week, we're going to be at places like the beach, of course, one of the best beaches on the East Coast, Palm Beach. We're going to be in Rosemary Square, or today it's called City Place. We're going to be at Clematis. We're going to be on the Rodeo Drive of Southeast Florida, which is called Worth Avenue. Stick around. We're going to hit them all here at the shocking things living in Palm Beach. One of the shocking truths when it comes to living here in Palm Beach is its natural beauty. This is one of the most beautiful beaches here on the East Coast. In Palm Beach County, there's a ton of great beaches. This is sort of like the center of everything. This is like the most expensive, I'll talk more about that later, one of the most expensive zip codes in the entire world. We're going to be later going over to Worth Avenue, which is where that quote-unquote clock tower is. But one of the things that really marks this is the beauty of this beach. Here in Palm Beach, you have Delray Beach to the south, Boca Raton in the south, Lake Worth Beach in the middle with the long pier, Juno Beach north of us. But there's something about this beach, Palm Beach. One of the shocking truths when it comes to living here in Palm Beach is in the season, where we are right now, and I can show you an example of what I'm going to talk about in a minute, is there is a huge influx of people here more than any place else in the area. The population on Palm Beach Island, we're on Palm Beach Island, I should say that, on this little sliver of land up and down across the coast in Palm Beach County, is 9,000 people. 9,000 people live here full time on this island. People in the wintertime, like now, the season, it goes up to 27,000. This is the biggest increase in the area. This is a very seasonal place. So I'm walking along Ocean Boulevard here, right across where the beach is. And along Ocean Boulevard, right off the beach, there are lots of condos. And I know I've mentioned this before. You got to be careful when you're buying a condo in Palm Beach or literally anywhere in Florida. There are some risks. Reach out to our team if you want to know what I'm referring to in that. The state of Florida has had some significant changes in condo laws and inspections, and we help people with condos, but we always want you guys to know if you're considering it, what the risk you are taking when considering moving to a condo. Another shocking truth when it comes to living here, exploring Palm Beach Island is, so down that way is the Breakers Hotel. It is one of the nicest hotels literally in the area, literally in the world. It is well known. You get the prices to stay there in the wintertime are significantly higher, thousands of dollars. And you get all the jet set people go there. You can get there if you live here and a resident in Palm Beach, you can go there in the summer and it's just as beautiful in the summertime, but because so many people come to this area in the wintertime, that is the world-famous Breakers, its shocking hotel here on Palm Beach Island. One of the other shocking truths that we have about Palm Beach is, as we move on, is Worth Avenue. So years ago, well, way back when Palm Beach was just getting established, this is like the Rodeo Drive. This is like the Fifth Avenue of Palm Beach. It used to be that when they were first establishing Palm Beach, all the rich people, and there's still the rich people that still live here, lived here on the Palm Beach Island, and all the servants, the people who couldn't afford to live here, live in now what they call the city of West Palm Beach. Obviously, it still remains the same. That's a lot more expensive to live here on Palm Beach Island. The fun fact, is one of the shocking things when it comes to living here in Palm Beach. The average price of a home here in this zip code on Palm Beach Island, not just Palm Beach overall, where we help people throughout the county, but on this island, the average price is $13 million. And that doesn't include some of the oceanfront places. And I'll tell you more about that in a second. So somehow on the beach back there, there is if you get an oceanfront property, if you look up some of the for sale or closed sales, they go up to anywhere up to 50 to 75 million to 100 million. We had one of the largest, the most expensive residential sales recently. I believe it was around 150 million. There's a private island just off Palm Beach Island. And that just took place, I think, last year or the year before. But in general, those places are that expensive. The average home, smaller home, is even what you would call a modest home is going to cost you $5 million. This is I've read this in a few places, and it depends on how you look at it. By some accounts, this is the fourth most expensive zip code. That's 33480. The fourth most expensive zip code in the United States. So one of the things I like about Worth Avenue is that they have this Esplanade. It's like an outdoor mall. They do a good job for this place in the Christmas season, the holiday season. They deck it out, and everyone's in town this time of year. Of course, if you want to buy a yacht, you could do that here. On the other side of the island, there's a big yacht, the boat slips and stuff. They do the Palm Beach boat show here, which is one of the big boat shows. It's not the biggest in the area, but it is pretty big. And that's down the other side of the island, the part that faces the intercoastal. But let me show you this. This is some of the beauty, on Worth Avenue. There's so many hidden gems here. Let me show you one right here, right now. So you have all these little avenues. I mean, you can get shocked as some of the stuff that you see off the main street of Worth Avenue. I still, even to this day, I've lived here 18 years, and still to this day, I'm shocked. I just learn something new each and every time. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you this. This is New Year's Day. I like coming here on New Year's Day. It's not quite a tradition, but I'm thinking about making a tradition every year. I've done this many times. But it's one of my favorite places to come on New Year's Day. It's quiet. It's the start of the new year, and there's a lot to do in this area, especially here on Worth Avenue. You'll find all the high-end retailers are here on Worth Avenue. There's Gucci, there's Tiffany, there's Saks Fifth Avenue, there's everything. This indoor mall, there's a heck of a lot more to it. I just see a wine and fine art. So if you're looking for something that's unique and exquisite, this is a place that you should check out. One of the shocking things about Worth Avenue is at the entrance there is the clock tower. Clock tower is like a landmark here. It represents Palm Beach. In fact, my logo is a rendition of the clock tower. You will see one of the shocking things people do at Clock Tower is they go for photographs. I've seen everything: babies, I've seen wedding pictures, proms, all that stuff. A lot of people use that area to take pictures and just the pure beauty. You have the clock tower with the ocean in the background. There's nothing more beautiful than that, and that's shockingly beautiful here in Palm Beach, on Palm Beach Island. So this Esplanade, they sometimes call this the 150 Worth Avenue. I've seen that called that. I guess they don't use the word Esplanade so much anymore. But here is South County Road. This is like when you're going across the island, like in parallel to the ocean, going north to south. This is the main road through the island. On the weekends or Saturday later in the day when it's not New Year's. This is a pretty busy place. So stick around. We're going to talk about more about some of the other areas. I got a really super story about Boynton Beach in Wellington that's going to completely shock you. Stick around. I'm going to go through that in a minute. But as we continue here, we have Ferragamo. One there's Gucci. Gucci was down there. I think I don't know if I highlighted too close. And there's one here too. So Gucci here. There's Tiffany. One thing I definitely want to talk to you about is the Christmas tree. Each city or town in Palm Beach have these Christmas tree lightings. This is one of the most famous, the Worth Avenue Christmas lighting. They have a significant one in Delray Beach as well. But the best one, I'm going to go there a little bit later. The best one is it's not even a tree. It's called Sandy the Sand Tree in downtown West Palm Beach. And when I say sand tree, it's a sand castle technically. So here in Palm Beach, we don't Christmas trees. We have sand castles. So even today, like what they'll do, if you live on Palm Beach Island, what they do is they send their servants to Worth Avenue for these to these places. They have a nice restaurant here. It's called Taboo. There's Beach down the way. Look at they decorate these places really nice. Look at this. So it's not like New York City's Fifth Avenue, but this is a big deal for Palm Beach. I mean, I literally just got shushed by somebody. Some people just, they think they own this place. And you do get a little bit, I will say this, you get a bit of an attitude here on Palm Beach Island. Now, as you guys know, I help people buy and sell real estate here in Palm Beach County. Now, $13 million is not typical in Palm Beach. The average price in Palm Beach is about $620,000. So there are some much more modestly priced places, but this place is unique. Palm Beach Island even has their own realty board. So separate from everything else, because they think that they're so, they want to stand out compared to some other places. But anyways, I'm approaching the Christmas tree. Let's go check this out and stick around. After this, we're going to be heading over to some of the other great places in the area. And I've got a couple more stories about what's around and some shocking truths about Palm Beach in general. This is one of the landmarks here here on Worth Avenue. This is nice. I don't know how they do it to get all the people for the tree lighting, because it's not a big area here, but they figure out a way. I think they have more people that go to Sandy the Sand Tree. There's more room there, but this is one of the courtyards. And I'm going to sneak into one of these little alleys here, because I got to give you the sense is I can't go into all of them. But there's a lot of these little alleys here on Worth Avenue that there's the hidden gems, I like to call them, when you're exploring here, Worth Avenue. If you're taking a trip as on vacation, I would definitely or even if you're looking about leaving here and you want to know what this is all about, just pop into some of these alleys and you'll be surprised at some of the things you find back there. Here's an example of one of the many little alleys and the things that they have there with these little shops and gardens and whatnot. And it's absolutely beautiful here. One of the other things I read about this is just going over my notes before I head out here. I know it's by some accounts, it's the 4th most expensive zip code. And I also saw that it's the 12th most expensive shopping district in the United States as well. So that's Worth Avenue for you. So here I am as you come over the bridge from downtown West Palm Beach. That's downtown West Palm Beach in the background. First thing you come across on Palm Beach Island is here. It's the marina here on Palm Beach Island. Most of the people that live here on Palm Beach Island, this is their second, third home. They're ultra rich here, and they have these big yachts here. This is the home of one of the three big boat shows we have here in South Florida. This one is the home of the Palm Beach Boat Show. If you go, the second biggest boat show here down in South Florida is Fort Lauderdale, which is a biggie. But the granddaddy of boat shows here in the boating capital of the world is in Miami, Florida. One of the shocking things when it comes to living here in Palm Beach is the schools. Well, I'm in downtown West Palm Beach. I'm across the street from one of the magnet schools they call Dreyfus. It's for the arts. When we moved down here, everyone warned us 18 years ago. Everyone warned us how bad the schools were going to be, and this is Dreyfus right there. I'll tell you this: having three kids and experiencing all aspects of Florida, whether it's elementary, middle school, or high school, and then eventually college, they couldn't be any more wrong. If you want to know more about the schools, reach out to me. I can tell you, we've navigated all of it. They have more choice of schools here in Florida than they did when I originally from New York, than I did when we were used to when we were coming from New York. So one of the shocking truths is, and when it comes to living here in Palm Beach, is the schools. 18 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people perhaps like you do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who've actually done it and relocated here, like us, well, there's a couple of ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways is in the description and the comment section is a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is have some time for us to speak, either through a phone call, through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So this is an area, I'm about to go into the heart of it. This is an area called City Place. It's rebranded itself so many times. It was called Rosemary Square at one point. It was called The Square, and now it's back to the original City Place. This place was like a equivalent of a South Street Seaport in New York. It was a ghetto here. They opened this place up in around the turn of the century, around the year 2000. They basically tore everything down, and they made it into it's a multi-use place where they have living, they have restaurants, they have all kinds of restaurants, lots of great shopping, high-end retailers here, and they keep improving upon it. This is, although technically it's not downtown, but realistically, it really is sort of downtown West Palm Beach here at City Place. So I'm coming up on one of the examples of what I'm referring to when it comes to them changing this all around. So these are luxury apartments to rent. This building just went up this year, and then straight ahead, and I'll turn the camera on in a minute, is a place they're calling Bal Harbour Shops. If you go to Miami, Bal Harbour is just north, like the northern part of Miami. The shopping there is considered to be exquisite, high-end, glamorous, and all that kind of stuff. And they're building something like that right here. Here, check it out. That is the entrance to it. Here we have some major renovations going on in the Harriet Himmel Theater. They do all kinds of stuff in their theater, obviously, plays. They perform all kinds of musicals and stuff like that. The main place for Palm Beach, one of the shocking things is the Kravitz Center. They have some great high-end theater in there. They have concerts and all kinds of good stuff. But this is like one of the best places to hang out during Christmas season, during holiday season. This place is rocking. They do we go walk to that area now. They have a wishing tree, and what they do is right in front of the wishing tree, they have snowfall. It doesn't snow here in Florida, just so you know. That's one of the shocking things about living here in Florida. It does not snow here. But they have artificial snow that comes down on the hour every half hour here in the season, and it ends right about now. Here we are on New Year's Day, but this is a great place all year round. It's especially nice here in the season here in West Palm Beach, Florida. So this is, if you're like on active nightlife, this is a great place to live. You know, people who are single want things to do. You could literally walk anywhere here. This is sort of like living like our smaller version of Manhattan. Downtown, like the Clematis area is walkable. There's a trolley in between the two. They do a lot of events here too. Tons of events. Every Friday night, every Saturday night, they have bands playing. As you can see now, they're doing like a cycling class here. So they have yoga here in the morning. If you're into fitness, there's no better place. It's shocking. One of the shocking things about living here in South Florida and in West Palm Beach and Palm Beach is, if you're an outdoor person, this is the best place to live. Water sports galore. They have a Viking. Well, I mean, here I am in January, and I'm walking around with a t-shirt, not t-shirt, a polo shirt. So it's shocking the amount of things that you can do here all year round when it comes to living here in Palm Beach. They often close the street down over there. That's Rosemary Street, Rosemary Avenue. They'll close that down pretty often to do art shows and things like that. City Cellar, that restaurant up there, is one of the staples in here. It's been here since I've been here. Here used to be Il Bellagio, high-end Italian restaurant, and now they're moving it over here to Il Bellagio. One of the factors about having a restaurant here is the rents are extremely high. I like to think that they're getting that a little bit under control. All up there used to be high-end restaurants, and when COVID hit, a lot of them went out and never came back. But one of the shocking things about this area is, if you live anywhere let me talk about some of the other areas. If you, this is the wishing tree, by the way. This is this thing lights up at night, and it's absolutely beautiful. But if you're looking to move here to Palm Beach, there's a lot of areas I would look at, like Wellington, like Delray Beach. Let me give you my Boynton Beach, Wellington story right now. So Boynton Beach in Wellington, years ago, they used to farm marijuana in Boynton Beach. Palm Beach wasn't always like this. It's had significant growth. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. In the last several decades, and but it wasn't always like that. Boynton Beach back in those days was a fields where they would grow marijuana, and what they would do they would take their crop and they would drive it out to Wellington. For those of you who follow the channel, just recently I did a video on the pros and cons of Wellington, Florida, right there. You after you're done with this video, check that one out. There's some good stuff there. But one of the communities I talked about there was the Aero Club of Wellington. And as I mentioned there, you could literally fly. You can literally have a landing strip, a runway in your backyard. So people who live in the Aero Club in the western part of Wellington have planes in their backyards. So back then, they would take the crop, drive it out to Wellington, and fly it to wherever they wanted it to go to. So in order to guard their crop in Boynton Beach, they used peacocks. Peacocks are those birds with the great beautiful feathers on their tail feather. They're brilliant. So they are what they call drug guard dogs too. They used to use them. The people who are farming the crop, they used to use them to guard their crop, because for two reasons. Peacocks are extremely territorial, and they're very loud. So if anyone came near, they would squawk like crazy, and they would defend their territory, because that's what they do. That's what peacocks do. Back when they got busted, all those dealers, which had eventually happened, inevitably that's what happens, they'd say, what are we going to do with all these peacocks? Well, I'll tell you what they did. They kept them there. And then today, if you go into Boynton Beach, into some of these neighborhoods in Boynton Beach, you will see peacocks there. And that is why. That is the history of how peacocks are now today in Boynton Beach and in Palm Beach, Florida. One of the shocking things about living here in Palm Beach is it is really common to eat outside, especially here in the winter. It's one of the nicest places to be in the winter. You can do it in the summertime, but it's pretty hot. Um, in the wintertime, even when it gets cold, they have these. And when we say cold here, our definition of cold is different than probably yours. When it gets down to 50 degrees, they'll bring these like heaters out, but it's really common. In fact, there's some right back there. I'll show you in a minute. It's really common to eat outside in Florida. It's one of the nicest things about living here. It's such an all year round place. This area, downtown West Palm Beach, is booming. This is Harry's. This right there is Harry's. For you Wall Street people, the Harry's is a bar down from the Wall Street. I mean, all the Wall Streeters used to go there. This is the West Palm Beach rendition of Harry's. And here's the heaters I was telling you about. They're packed up because it's probably about 75 degrees right now. But anyways, so this place is like, a lot of people are calling it the Wall Street South. A lot of banking has moved in here. Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, all the large investment banks and hedge funds now occupy these streets here in West Palm Beach. So in terms of jobs, one of the shocking thing about living here in Palm Beach and here in this area, West Palm Beach, is that the job market's booming. Big markets for medical. Finance is making a big, gigantic surge here. Always been popular in Miami, and it still is, but it's come north, and here we are in West Palm Beach, and it's here. The banking revolution here in West Palm Beach, Florida, Wall Street South. All right, so I just walked over from the City Place, and one of the shocking things about living in Palm Beach is that they have a trolley that goes, it's like a San Francisco trolley that goes down this street. This is Rosemary Avenue. It goes down there to City Place. This is the intersection of Clematis and Rosemary. A great condo here called 610 Clematis. I mentioned before, you have to be a little bit careful when it comes to condos, but there are some that I would definitely consider. There's a lot of nice ones here in the downtown section of West Palm Beach. There are a lot of newer ones too. I'm going to walk over there in a minute. There's a lot of newer ones that have cropped up as the growth in this area have splurged in recent years. They've had to keep up with all the jobs and with the condos. So there's a lot of it's not uncommon to find a crane in the skyline here in downtown West Palm Beach. So this is Upper Clematis. Here's an example of, there's a lot of construction. One of the things when it comes to when you're building new stuff, you got to put up with some of the construction. This looks like it's going to be a retail down below and a condo up above. This whole area is very much multi-use. This is what I call Upper Clematis. I'm walking down towards the Intracoastal right now. So it's a little bit quieter here. As we go on the other side of the tracks here, it picks up a bit. But I want to say this is one of the shocking things about the transportation here in Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. Right there, you can see it's actually docked right there. That is called the Bright Line. And one of the shocking things that's happened in the last couple of years is the Bright Line. More on that in a second. So the Bright Line is a train that is like a high-speed train that goes from West Palm Beach now to from West Palm Beach down into Miami. Problem with the Bright Line, it's only a couple years old. Problem with the Bright Line, in my opinion, just too expensive, right? There's a train. I think I hear it now. The problem with the Bright Line is it's just too expensive. So, but I think over years they're gonna try and bring the cost down. It's definitely doable from a commuter standpoint. So if you live here in West Palm Beach and you want to commute into Miami, It's going to be like as if you live in New York City and you're commuting in from Long Island or Westchester. It's commutable. For that one-off trips, it can be a little expensive. I know people who have done it. It's incredibly luxurious. They've recently extended it up to Orlando, so you can take that train right up into Disney in Orlando, Florida. So the shocking things continue. I'm at the lower end of Clematis. This is during the Thursday. They do a Clematis at night on Thursdays. They have a band there pretty much every week during the season, and a lot of people out there. They dance. It's a lot. The lawn there is just a lot of fun. On Saturdays, they have during season. They have the green market. The green market here in West Palm Beach is the largest green market in the entire state of Florida. There's 120 vendors there. This part of the street on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, this place is rocking. This is the real downtown West Palm Beach, Florida. So this is the bottom of the hill. We have here downtown, the heart of downtown West Palm Beach, downtown Clematis. This fountain is during the season, during the Christmas holiday. They light this up. It goes to the water. It's off now. Back there is Sandy, the sand tree. She sings, she dances, she lights up. That's our version of lighting a Christmas tree in downtown West Palm Beach. They do it during the week each year, and it's a major event. So there's a lot to do here when it comes to living here in West Palm Beach. So I only touched the surface. There's so much to do when it comes to Palm Beach. I didn't even mention Jupiter. Jupiter's got some of the nicest restaurants in all of Florida. Briny Breezes is another shocking thing that's a funny story here in Palm Beach. There's this area right near Boynton Beach called Briny Breezes. I think I have that right. That is basically trailer parks right off the ocean. And they've been there for decades and decades and decades. And they just don't, they've been trying to buy those people out, but they're hard fast and they sit there. They're on that land there. That land is extremely expensive. And they've been resisting selling that. So that's one of the shocking things right off the ocean with all these beautiful mansions that we have like in Palm Beach and Delray. And in between, you have these trailer parks. And that makes up these holdouts and are given power in Briny Breezes. When it comes to living here in Palm Beach, as I mentioned, we help a lot of people relocate to this area. You don't want to make a mistake. If you're looking to move to this area, I've seen it from people who don't use us. You don't want to make a mistake here. There's such a huge difference between living here in downtown West Palm Beach, on Palm Beach Island, Wellington, Boca Raton, and Delray to the south is very different than Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens. Palm Beach Gardens is the area that we've sold the most homes last year. It'll probably be where we're going to sell the most homes this year. That is a hot area in Palm Beach. Is a master plan community called Avenir, which is incredibly strong right now. So if you go into those new construction, you need to reach out to us, because if you're going on your own, you're absolutely crazy. I'll leave it like that for now. If you watch our new construction videos in the past, you'll know what I mean. But in any case, there's such a big difference when you live here in whether it's West Palm Beach and Palm Beach, anywhere's in Palm Beach, there's a big difference. And it's like in my book, I call this, it's like one big suburb. Well, the shocking things about living here in Palm Beach, there's a ton of activities and stuff, more so than any place else. The weather than anywhere else. The weather here is incredible. Here again, we're in January and it's 70 degrees. A typical January day is low 50 and it goes up to 70. That is our typical winter. Our summers, you say it's so hot there. It's not really true. Our summers are just like yours. The only difference is our summers, they're a little bit longer than yours are. When you guys are cooling down in September, we're taking a little bit longer. If you want to be shocked, check out Palm Beach, paradise here in South Florida.